Hey everyone, welcome back to Talk English with us. I'm Nico and I'm so happy you're here today. This is the channel where we improve our English together. We use simple conversations, useful vocabulary and real everyday topics. No complicated grammar, just natural, friendly English that actually helps you in real life. And today we're going to talk about one of the smallest words in English. Just 2 letters, but sometimes it's one of the hardest words to say. That word is no. Seriously, such a small word, but so many people struggle with it. And I want to tell you something right from the start. Saying no does not make you rude. It does not make you selfish. It does not make you unkind. Sometimes saying no is actually the most honest, most respectful, and most healthy thing you can do. Today, we're going to talk about why saying no is so difficult, what happens when we always say yes, and how to say no politely in English. Ready? Let's go. First, let's talk about why saying no is so difficult. Because we all know the feeling, right? Someone asks you something and inside you really want to say no, but the word that comes out of your mouth is yes. Why does that happen?
The first reason is simple. We don't want to disappoint people. When someone asks us for help or invites us somewhere, we want to make them happy. We don't want to see that look on their face when we say no. The second reason is fear of being judged. We worry that people will think we're lazy, unhelpful, or not a team player. The third reason is that we want people to like us. Saying yes feels safe. It makes us look good. It makes us feel accepted. The fourth reason is that we're afraid of conflict. Saying no might lead to an awkward conversation, and many people would rather just say yes to avoid that uncomfortable moment. And the fifth reason is that we don't want to look selfish. We think, if I say no, people will think I only care about myself. All of these feelings are completely normal, and I felt every single one of them. Actually, let me tell you a little story about myself. Last month, I said yes to helping a friend move apartments on Saturday morning. Then I said yes to my sister's birthday dinner on Saturday afternoon. Then I said yes to a work project that was due on Sunday. By Friday night, I looked at my weekend plan and I thought, why? Why did I do this to myself?
I spent the whole weekend running from one place to another. I was exhausted, and by Sunday evening I was stressed and a little bit angry. Not at other people, at myself, because I didn't say no when I had the chance. Sound familiar? Now, let's talk about what happens when we always say yes. It starts with being tired. When we say yes to everything, our schedule fills up fast, and we don't have time to rest. Then we start to have too many responsibilities. We're solving other people's problems, helping with other people's tasks, showing up for other people's events, and our own needs? They get pushed to the very end of the list. Then comes the stress. We feel pressure because we've committed to too many things, and maybe some of them aren't going as well as we hoped. And finally, we might start to feel frustrated or even angry, because deep inside, we know we didn't really want to do some of those things. We just said yes because it felt easier. Does any of this sound familiar? Now, here's the really important part. Saying no does not make you selfish. Let me say that again. Saying no does not make you selfish.
There's a big difference between being selfish and taking care of yourself. Being selfish means not thinking about other people at all, only thinking about yourself. Taking care of yourself means recognizing what you need and making sure those needs are met while still being a kind and caring person.
And respecting your boundaries, that just means knowing what you can and can't do and being honest about it. Think about it this way. Imagine a phone battery. If your phone is at 2%, it can't do anything. It needs to be charged. You are the same. When you're exhausted, stressed, and running on empty, you can't really help anyone properly. But when you take care of yourself and protect your energy, you actually become more helpful, more present, and more positive for the people around you. Saying no is sometimes how you charge your battery. And the great news is you can always say no in a kind and polite way. Let's learn how. Here are some really useful English expressions for saying no. First expression, no, I'm sorry, I can't. Simple, clear, and polite. Hey, can you cover my shift tomorrow? No, I'm sorry, I can't. Second expression, I'd rather not.
This one is gentle. It says no without being too strong. Do you want to join us? I'd rather not today, but thank you. Third expression, I don't have time today. Honest and direct. Can you help me with this report? I don't have time today, sorry. Fourth expression, I'm afraid I can't. This sounds very polite and slightly formal, good for work situations. Can you join the meeting at 7 a.m? I'm afraid I can't, but send me the notes. Fifth expression, thanks, but I'll have to say no this time. This one thanks the person first, then says no clearly. We're organising a trip this weekend. Want to come? Thanks, but I'll have to say no this time. Sixth expression. I'd love to, but I can't. This shows you're not refusing because you don't care, you just can't. I'd love to help you move, but I already have plans. Seventh expression. I understand, but I can't do it. This shows empathy. You hear the person, but you still say no. I understand this is urgent for you, but I can't do it right now. Eighth expression. I need some time for myself. This is a very honest and courageous thing to say. Are you free this weekend? Not really. I need some time for myself.
Ninth expression, that doesn't work for me. Short, clear, and professional. Can we move the meeting to Sunday? That doesn't work for me, sorry. And 10th expression, maybe another time. A friendly way to say no, but keep the door open. Want to grab lunch today? I can't today, but maybe another time. 10 great expressions. You don't need to use all of them. Pick 2 or 3 that feel natural to you and practice those. Now, let's talk about how to say no without feeling guilty afterward. Because even when we know we should say no, we sometimes still feel bad after we do it. Here's some simple advice. First, don't answer immediately. When someone asks you something, you don't have to say yes or no right away. Take a moment, breathe, think about whether you actually want to do this. Second, be polite but clear. You can be kind and still say no. The two things work together very well. Third, don't give 10 different excuses. If you say no and then give 10 reasons why, it can make things more complicated. A simple, honest answer is usually better. I can't make it, but thank you for inviting me. That's enough.
You are not a machine. You are a person. And people have limits. That's completely normal. Fifth, accept that someone might be disappointed. This is the hard one, but it's important. When someone asks you for something and you say no, they might feel disappointed, and that's okay. It's their emotion, and it's not your responsibility to fix it. Someone being disappointed doesn't mean you did something wrong. The people who truly respect you will understand when you say no. They won't disappear. They won't be angry forever. They'll move on. Now, let me tell you a short story. This is the story of Jamie. Jamie was a very kind person, friendly, helpful, and always available. At work, Jamie said yes to every extra task. At home, Jamie said yes to every family request. With friends, Jamie said yes to every plan. But after a few months, something changed. Jamie was always tired. There was no time to exercise, to read, to relax, or even to sleep properly. Every weekend was filled with other people's needs. And slowly, Jamie started to feel frustrated. Not with other people, but with the situation. One day, a friend asked Jamie to help with a project on Saturday, and for the first time, Jamie said, "I'm sorry, I can't this Saturday. I need some time for myself." It felt uncomfortable, but the friend said, "Of course, no problem."
And that was it. No drama, no conflict, no broken friendship. Jamie tried it again the following week, and then again after that, and something started to change. Jamie had more energy, more time, a clearer mind, and the relationships with the people around, they actually got better, because Jamie was showing up happier and more present. Saying no didn't make Jamie a bad person, it made Jamie a healthier one. Okay, now it's your turn. I want you to think of a situation where you said yes, but really wanted to say no. Maybe a dinner you didn't want to go to, a task you didn't want to take on, a favor that felt too big. Got one in mind? Now, I want you to say this sentence out loud. Ready? Thanks for asking, but I can't this time. Say it again. Thanks for asking, but I can't this time. One more time. Nice and confident. Thanks for asking, but I can't this time. That's a perfect sentence. Polite, clear, and not complicated at all. Now let me show you a few more quick examples. Situation 1. A co-worker asks you to stay late at work.
I would say, "I'm afraid I can't today. I already have plans." Situation 2. A friend asks you to help them move furniture on Sunday morning. I would say, "I'd rather not this weekend. I really need to rest. Maybe I can help another time." Situation 3. Someone invites you to a party you really don't want to go to. I would say, "Thanks for the invitation. I can't make it, but I hope you all have a great time." Simple, friendly, and honest. Now, let's wrap up. Today, we learned why saying no can be so hard, because we don't want to disappoint people, we're afraid of judgment, we want to be liked, and we don't want to seem selfish. We learned what happens when we always say yes, too much stress, too much responsibility, and not enough time for ourselves. We learned that saying no doesn't make you selfish. It means respecting your limits and taking care of yourself. We learned 10 useful expressions for saying no in English, from "No, I'm sorry, I can't," to "That doesn't work for me."
And we followed Jamie's story, which showed us that saying no can actually improve your life and your relationships. Before I go, I want to leave you with this. Remember, saying no doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes saying no to others means saying yes to yourself, and that is something you deserve to do. Now, tell me in the comments, do you find it difficult to say no? Share a situation, a story, or just your honest thoughts. Write it in English. It's great practice, and I really do read every single comment. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like. It helps the channel grow more than you know. Subscribe to Talk English with us if you haven't already, and don't miss any future episodes. And if you have a friend who always says yes to everything and is totally exhausted right now, share this video with them. They might really need it today. Thanks so much for being here. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon in the next episode.